Let's hope so. But let's get into this wrist check. I am very curious to know what you guys are wearing today. So, Mike, you're a guest. What are you wearing?
Yeah, I'm wearing a very unusual one-off watch, which is
Nice.
a watch that we did some time ago called the C9 Jumping Hour. It's our own caliber JJ01 Jumping Hour, which is
Very
one of
cool.
the most accurate jumping hours ever created. And we did it initially in stainless steel.
Okay.
Um, and then we were going to bring out a gold limited edition version, but we only ever produced the prototype, and I have this prototype on my
Wow.
wrist. We never actually brought it to market. Um,
Wow.
and the
Okay.
jumping hour caliber is rested at the moment. It probably will make a return in one form or another in the next 12 to 18 months. So occasionally I like to wear this particular watch, which
It's beautiful.
is a favorite of mine. But as there's only one of it in the world,
Nice.
if anybody's listening, there are a few people who've made me offers of quite a lot of money to own this watch, and I'm not giving it up. So,
I know that's
Wow.
so
right.
there'll be a few people who are a little envious that I'm wearing it today.
Mm,
There you go.
That's
okay.
nice. Is
Well,
that
that's an exclusive flex on the
Yeah,
SoCal
yeah,
Watch Reviews podcast. That's what's up.
yeah.
wow.
One. The first time it's ever made an appearance anywhere on a
Yeah.
podcast.
Wow. That's
What
awesome.
a flex.
14 karat?
Yeah, no, this is actually 14 carat. Yeah,
Mm,
this is the prototype. So
That's incredible.
as I say, we only made the one. But we went and we've rested. We've rested this particular design. But the jumping hour is we're working on something, a collaboration at the moment, which I won't go into
Okay.
because it's confidential. But we're working on a collaboration where I'm hoping we'll bring the jumping hour back into reality sometime in 2022. So it's a
I
great caliber, and the creator of the caliber, Johannes Janker, who was our master watchmaker at the time. Um, he was the closest thing to a genius that I'll ever work with, probably. I may have mentioned him when we
yeah.
first spoke. I don't
yeah.
know, but he built a module on top of a 2824, that's, and which we own the copyright to, the IP rights for, and I don't know if you know, there aren't that many jumping hour calibers around.
Right.
There are a few. Um, Historically, it was quite an important caliber and movement, but virtually none of them actually change absolutely on the hour every hour. They're always a little time delay, either they're a few seconds early or a few seconds late. And
Okay.
we wanted to make the first jumping hour that absolutely clicked over precisely on the hour. And that's what this does. And so I'm not elaborating. I'm not gilding the lily by saying we think it's the most accurate jumping hour that's ever been created, which is something we're quite proud of as a small
Yeah.
independent brand to have done, really.
I
No,
gotta
for sure.
clap that up. I gotta clap that up.
Yeah, that's
Remember, y'all saw it here first.
that's
Y'all
incredible.
heard it here first.
That's incredible, Mike. I mean, obviously, we know jumping hours are always reserved for like the higher tier of horology, right? So to know that you guys have the power to do that, that's incredible. And I could attest to this that. So last time we talked, I'm like, I never seen your watches in the metal and this and that all changed, right? So we had you on the podcast, and then Rosie, she's awesome, by the way. So Rosie sent
Great, I'll
me.
tell her.
Yeah, Rosie sent me the C1 Moonglow to review, and I was super impressed, right? So when I got it from the
You liked it.
packaging to the actual, just everything about it, I put it under macro, and I'm like, all right, so I get it now. I get that Christopher Ward is just different level, right? And then P. Ross, you had a similar
Yeah.
experience, right?
Yes. Freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really pleased.
Yeah,
Really
it's
pleased.
a so
It's one of my favorite watches. I don't just say that, but it's a very very special watch. The Moonlight.
yeah. Once you see that loom, though, it's incredible. Like pictures and video don't do it justice. Like in person, it looks crazy. Like you're like, man, this looks so cool. Like I don't, and just how that particular model, how versatile it is, right? It looks elegant, but a little sporty and playful.
It is a bit. It's kind of an interesting mix, isn't it? It's not a classic dress watch, which you expect a moon phase watch to be. Possibly because, well, I think largely because of the focus on the loom. Really, it transcends into it being a sports watch, and I think that's what's caught people's imagination with it.
Yeah.
And I'm especially pleasing. I mean, we launched it for one of your country's greatest achievements in celebration of the 50th anniversary of the landing on the moon back in 19. That gave it a sort of a resonance, I think. And it launched, if you'll forgive the pun, it launched extremely well. And has continued to sort of capture people's imaginations ever since. It also was the first watch that we worked on that had this sapphire dial treatment. Believe me, it took a long time to perfect it in the moon glow. But having perfected it, it's given us a whole new world of sapphire dials, and given us several watches since, including one I think we're going to talk about later. But
cool.
And so we've become expert at, or I'd like to think at least we've become expert at sapphire dials, certainly producing sapphire dials at accessible prices, because they're not easy to deliver.